Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine. This is a look at the Slider by T-Rex, and the reason why I wanted to revisit this is I've just done a couple of videos, might be 3 by the time this goes out, about 1972, basically based around my playlist as I've gone back in time to that particular year. And one of the albums that got mentioned was the Slider by T-Rex, and then I mentioned it myself. So I went and played my original, where the cover is a bit battered. It's seen some party action. The vinyl itself is okie dokie. It's quite good. And it made me want to revisit this, the 40th anniversary edition box set, because it made me realise that of all the box sets I show on here, there are some box sets that in some ways have never been surpassed in the quality and what was in them. I did do an unboxing video of this quite early on in my YouTube and website career, and I don't think I did a very good job, to be honest. I think it was the camera angles are weird, I wasn't quite comfortable, and I could have shown it off a bit better. So what I'm going to do is do another unboxing of it. Probably most people never even saw the first one, and show you absolute detail what's in this box, and then I'll talk about the other side, what I actually think about it now looking back on it. So let's have a look inside the 40th anniversary edition of the Slider by T-Rex. This is a look inside the Super Deluxe edition of T-Rex, the Slider, which I said at the start I'd covered before, but it goes back to one of my most primitive and early videos. And I think as this was part of a 1972 video where I look back at albums I've been playing from that year, I thought I should revisit this because so many people have asked me about T-Rex and this one. So this is the reverse of the box. Little bit of an introduction there. It says what the contents is: 2 CDs, a DVD, 180 gram vinyl LP, 3 7-inch singles, 48-page case-bound book, liner notes by Tony Visconti, Marc Bolan, a 105-minute filmed interview with Tony Visconti, Top of the Pops, TV appearances, a 40-page book of sheet music, a poster, reproduction of memorabilia, etc. And you can see here we've got the track listings of the 2012 remaster, the B-sides, the demo sessions, outtakes, the DVD, the Slider on TV, bonus features, vinyl, 7-inch singles. So let's have a look inside the box itself. This is, I mean, if you can see here, this is a proper, really thick cardboard box lid. Most of the box sets I unbox don't have this kind of caliber packaging anymore. So I'm just going to move that out the way, and in the first thing you see in the box is the book. So I'll go through that, I think, at the end. So the next thing underneath the book is the vinyl album, which is an exact replica of the original vinyl album, which I have, which you've seen in my previous video. So it's 180 gram. It's a great pressing. It's remastered by Tony Visconti. It's absolutely superb. I'll just put that out of the way. So that's the vinyl album. Next in the box is the T-Rex fan club. This is from June 1972. It's even got pretend coffee stains on it. This is from Vicky and Marilyn. So that's a nice bit of memorabilia. Then we've got a poster, which I'll bring up separately on the screen so you can see it. It's a great live shot of Marc Bolan playing the guitar. Then we've got some photographs of Marc, which are really cool as well, with acoustic guitar there. One with the Les Paul on stage, front of the amps. Then the Slider song album. So this is the sheet music that would have set you back 75p back in the day. So this is all the music to every single track. Metal Guru, Mystic Lady, Rock On, Book Again, Spaceball Ricochet, Baby Strange, Rabbit Fighter, Ballrooms of Mars, Baby Boomerang, Charlotte Tudor. Song titles themselves make it worth buying. Main Man, and another picture of Mark at the back. Then we have a record bag for the slider. So I don't know whether those of you who bought the slider on the week of release, did you get a special record bag from H&V or WH Smith's at the time for you to put the record in? Let me know. Then we have a picture of the band, a postcard size picture. Then we've got Telegram Sam, 7-inch single. B-side being Cadillac and Baby Strange. Next is Metal Guru. Again, exact replicas of the original singles with Thunderwing and Lady. And the third single is the slider. This is mimicking or a replication of the demonstration disc for this track with Chariot Juggle on the other side. And then we also have a T-Rex club membership number card. We have a T-Rex rosette, which you can wear around the house. We have a T-Rex fan club sticker. We have a T-Rex the slider patch to sew onto your denim jacket. And we have a T-Rex Japanese concert ticket. And we have the CDs, which are in little gatefold sleeves with some memorabilia on this side with the tracks and the back. And the CD itself is just on the inside of the gatefold. So that's the remaster. And then we have T-Rex again with, this is the demo disc, and this has got some nice memorabilia as well. And then we have the DVD with the interview and all the tracks from Top of the Pops, etc. So that's the box. So let's now have a look at the book itself. So this is the main hardback book, which is the heart of the box set really, and it's really well put together. I bet you're wanting to know how much this cost overall, so I'll tell you at the other end of this video, of the unboxing part. So a great picture there of all the young fans trying to get close to Mr. Bolan himself, or the lyrics. And then track details on all the outtakes, what's on the back of the box, so you know where to find everything. And then a nice essay from Tony Visconti, sheet music, original sheet music, sketched out on the left hand side of Metal Guru. And as we go through this, we've got more sheet music, we've got cuttings from the music papers of the time, even more here, which is fantastic. This obviously from papers like Sounds and NME, Melody Maker. And then Mark Patron talks about the slider, again with lots of extra cuttings and lovely photographs. Then we've got some press ads from the slider itself. Another picture of Mark, great essay, more pictures and posters from the time. Posters for the singles, more pictures of Mark, headlines from the time, lots of memorabilia, lots to read. It's a fantastic booklet with loads of stuff in it. I think every cutting they could probably find from this period is there. And then we've got even more memorabilia from magazines, patches, badges, colour pictures, all sorts of stuff. Marc Bolan thanking the Children of the Revolution for giving him the 7th silver disc. Then the slider by Marc Bolan. This was circulated in their own write-up for the record from Mark himself. Some pictures of the singles from the time, picture sleeves of some of them, others not, which is the norm back then. Absolutely lovely stuff to have. And then again, Japanese album cover from the album. and the history of T-Rex in Japanese. I guess this is the tour program from Japan, which is great to have. And then the picture that you've also got, the black and white picture in the box as well. And this was also released as a 2 CD edition. So that is T-Rex, the slider, the Super Deluxe Edition, which is absolutely huge. Amazing, eh? Isn't that absolutely amazing? I know some of you will be wanting to know, how much did this cost? How much would a box set like that, with everything you've just seen, cost now in 2025? I think you'd be looking at £250. You certainly would. I'm thinking about the single album sets like All the Young Dudes by Motley Hoople or Argus are about 125, but they don't have as much stuff in it as this. This has got far more detail in it. And I think it also sums up what it was like being a Marc Bolan fan. What was happening? Those of you who saw Marc Bolan on Top of the Pops, and what it was like back then, being in that age demographic yourself, looking up to, a young pop star like Marc Bolan. And in this box, they've got, 3 singles, multiple photographs, the sheet music book, even the plastic bag to put the record in. There's anything they could think of that was to do with the fan club, the memorabilia about what it was like being a Marc Bolan fan, they put in this box. How much did I pay for it? £25. Now, there are some 2 CD sets that are over 20 now. This whole thing was £25. Obviously, that's not sustainable, and it wouldn't be that price now. But they've never done a 50th, because how could they better this? And if they did it, would it be in the same quality, heavy-duty, a tank could go over it type cardboard? Probably not. But it's an amazing set, isn't it? If you've got this, let me know what you think. Do you have this box set? And if you're thinking, Phil's so ahead of the curve, he seems to never miss out on anything. I miss out on loads of stuff. I don't have the Electric Warrior one. I missed that one, which is completely. Which is also the price of that has gone through the stratosphere now. And imagine this as I haven't done any research on it. But I love the fact that it encompasses. It's been put together through the eyes of a fan. Whereas now I think some box sets might be put together through the eyes of a bean counter, or someone thinking, what can we get away with? Somebody now might think, well, could we do just 1 single? Why do we have to put 3? So I can have a feel for that, really. But the other thing I want to say is outside of this, in doing this project, Now Spinning Magazine, all these videos, is you mention things to me, and then I go off and listen to them again. And when someone said the slider, Phil, 1972, you've got to mention the slider, because I'd mentioned Slade by Slade. And to me, this was just rock music. I always thought Metal Guru and Telegram Sam were like heavy rock songs. They're heavy pop songs, aren't they? The guitar sound on Children of the Revolution, for instance, by Mark. Andy, that's his guitar sound on Mama Bell by Electric Light Orchestra, is heavy. It's really bone-crunching riffage. It's just how amazing this music sounds now. It's 53 years old and it sounds fantastic. The iconic, Ringo Starr photograph on the front. But it made me think that if I was in 1972 and someone told me to go back 53 years, I'd go straight past before the Second World War to the end of the First World War, and someone said to me, you've got to listen to this album from 1918, Phil, it's fantastic. It would never have happened. I wouldn't listen to anything before 1970 back then. And now people, music fans, all demographics, whatever generation, whether you're you're like me, a boomer, or whether you're a Generation Z, Marc Bolan is cool. This music sounds great now and sounds just as good as it did then. And that is amazing about popular music, rock music, is that it just sounds incredible. And if you've not heard this before, give it a stream. It's probably not, if you're coming straight at it from thunder and heavy metal or pop or soul, I don't know. What am I trying to say? It might work because it's unique. It isn't like anything else, which is a lot of music from this period was like that. But I can remember, going down the corridors at school, and all the music was the thing. We didn't have phones, we didn't have games, we didn't have DVDs, we just had music and sport, really. And I was just music. And whether it was the girls in the corridor or the boys, it was music. It was Slade, for boys. T-Rex was more girls, but a lot of blokes like T-Rex as well. Sweet, Mud, and getting into the other bands like Purples and Sabbaths, Bassy Rollers. So many things were going on around that time, but it was all music. And Top of the Pops was on a Thursday night, and nobody went out. Everyone stayed in to watch Top of the Pops. Everybody did. I mean, I was too young to go out, really, 13. But what I'm trying to say, Top of the Pops was so important. It's an hour-long show. It got shorter as it went through the decades, but around that time, it was just, you just watched it. It was education. You couldn't. There was no other way of seeing this stuff. And then you got onto Radio 1, and you had to buy the records because you couldn't tape them. It was too early for people to have tapes that recorded. You could have tapes that played, pre-recorded tapes, but I didn't know anyone who had a tape recorder that would record anything. You had to buy a single to hear that track again, or you had to sit in front of the radio and wait for the DJ to play it. And he might play it that hour, you might play it the next hour, or you might not. You had no control. The only control you had on hearing a record you liked was to go get it. Otherwise, you couldn't. And then you had to physically play it and get it out the little sleeve. Oh, glory days. So that's a quick look at the slider. Sorry, I've gone off again on a tangent. Amazing though, isn't it? Let me know what you think of the slider by T-Rex. Do you have this? What do you think of it? When was the last time you lifted the lid and played something from it? Play it now. Time is of the essence. It's good to play stuff, and don't have these things. I hope there's no one out there who's got a copy of this covered in cellophane. You've not opened it yet because you think one day you might sell it. Music is for playing. And I've said, go back 53 years. That's how old this album is, from 1972, and you're at the end of the First World War. Go forward from here that long, and it'll be a totally different story, won't it? So play it now. Whatever you've got planned, play an album, play music. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being here. Remember, music is the healer and the doctor. Take care, all of you. Please subscribe if you can. And if you become a Patron or YouTube member, you can join the Facebook group, the WhatsApp group, and come along to our own virtual pub called the Now Spinning Arms, where we meet twice a month. Keep spinning those discs, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon.